the black community's lives where religion, government, and everything else couldn't. So, I'm proud of Game. I'm proud of Chuck for what he said and what he's standing on now. But let's face it, it's the same shit I stood on years ago. And it's time we start recognizing. I got blackballed for this shit. You know what I'm saying? I got blackballed. My career got blackballed. I never said I was the greatest rapper. I never said that I was the greatest lyricist. I simply just said, hey, listen, hip hop brought the white community and brought these white kids to our culture like it never did before. And now it finally took somebody as big as Game, because Jay-Z didn't do it. Nas didn't do it. None of these motherfuckers did it. It finally took somebody with the balls enough and the guts enough to say it, and I'm proud of them. You know what I mean? I'm proud of Chuck. I'm proud of Game for what he's standing for, because believe me, nobody else was going to say it. Nobody else was going to say. I was in Wax Room earlier, and he really couldn't. At one point, when I put up the racist tapes, they all agreed that was fucked up, and that was dope. But then it seems like when Game came out with a statement, he's tweeting. Go on his Twitter feed. He's going crazy. So so now that Game finally came out and started saying, what needed to be said for our culture, now everybody's like, oh, okay, Raggy. You know what I'm saying? I've been said this. I've been talked about the machine. I've been talked about the white people who basically control hip hop. I've been.
So let me ask you, Ray. What do you think took so long? Because I got my
scared. People were scared, bro. They were scared. They were scared for their own careers. They were scared that they would get blacklisted and blackballed. You gotta understand. When I said what I said, I was at the top of the tree in my circle. I didn't have to answer to nobody. Most people in the industry all had to answer to people. Even Russell Simmons back then had to answer to somebody. When I owned the Source magazine, I didn't have to answer to nobody, so I could say what I wanted to say. And I wasn't saying. See, people try to take it and say, "Oh, Benzino's hating." It wasn't hating. It was facts. And nobody wanted to agree with it. Nobody wanted to. The problem with us is every time we do something, and here comes along a white guy who can do it, black people go extra crazy for it. Instead of just understanding, okay, he's a human being and he has skills at whatever he does, we got to go extra crazy for it. We got to give them extra props. We got to give them extra credit. We can't just say, okay, yeah, you nice, come on in, join us and relax. We got to give them the extra credit. And oh my God, and all that does is hurt us as a community. And it takes away whatever strength that we have as a community, because they don't do that for us. They don't go crazy. You see what Jackie Robinson had to go through. You see what every black person that tried to break into a white sport or a white genre, what they had to go through. They had to go through hell. Okay? Eminem went through with open arms. Come on in, white guy. Oh, he can rap. Oh my God, he's the greatest. Look at him. He got blonde hair and blue eyes. Oh, Jesus. Oh my goodness. That's the problem with us people. We're always such suckers to let people in our shit. But look at in history of black people and what they had to go through to get into anything. It's sad, man. And we gotta stop. We gotta stop. If we're ever gonna triumph as a people, we have to stop going crazy when we do something and then a white guy comes and do it, and then we just go nuts over it. We gotta stop that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm trying to go back and look and see what he was talking about.
Oh yeah. Oh man, listen. Let me read it to you, brother. Hold on. Let me read it, because it's very interesting. Fuck how many records you sold or I sold. That's just numbers on a paper and some little awards that ain't no bigger than my YMCA trophies. They only want you to believe in yourself to a certain extent. As soon as you start telling yourself you're better than their chosen one or challenge the machine, they start feeding the internet stats like I give a fuck how many records the next man sold. To successfully become a GOAT approved by both fans and industry, rap peers, executives, etc., you have to do exactly what they want you to do. Easy spoke out about it. He died. Tupac was vocal about it, everything. He died. Nipsey empowered the community. Game didn't mention Benzino, though, but that's all right, because I still respect and I'm still championing what he's saying right now. But believe me, Benzino, was the one who really gave it to him. And then he goes on. I'm tired of the lies and bullshit propaganda they throw out here for the fans to gobble up. Conspiracy, smear campaigns, and blackball niggas been bouncing around this industry my entire career. The only nigga who got blackballed was me. The only nigga who got blacklisted was me. Because I was the only nigga who fucking stuck up for this back then. Not one other person. Okay, so I hope he understands who he's talking about. Then I'm back outside, this entire shit about to get shook the fuck up. Okay, I'm with him. And he said a lot more, but, it's just real ironic, the stuff that he's saying.
I'm reading it now. I'm reading it out. I'm reading it right now.
Please, read it out, please. Please.
That was a lot, though. He snapped. Like, that nigga crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the same shit that I was saying years ago. This isn't nothing new. It's just that when I turned around to see who was riding with me, wasn't nobody there. And I mean nobody. Everybody was too scared to go against Jimmy and Interscope at the time because of their influence and their stranglehold and their monopoly on the fucking game, no pun intended. At the end of the fucking day, we all know what it was. And I just want people to really understand what I said earlier. Every single genre of what we done, whether it's athletes, whether it's whoever it is, all right? Whoever it is, we always had to fucking go crazy. We always had to go the extra fucking, oh man, we got a legend in the building. Kid Capri. We got a legend in the building. Tony, you're a legend too. Red Rat, you're a legend too. All my guys, you're all legends because you're all been successful in this genre of rap. Kid, what up, bro? What up, Capri? I just divided him up here. He got up out of there. Yeah, see, it's still today. When they see Benzino speaking, people still get scared and they run. You know what I'm saying? See, because I don't give a fuck. I came from Boston, Massachusetts, one of the most racist cities in this fucking country, maybe in the world. You see what I'm saying? I know what white influence and how white people can put their foot on their necks, no pun intended, okay, so that a black man can't have shit. I'm just tired of, people would understand, go look at the Jackie Robinson story and look at what him and his wife had to do when he wanted to get into an all-white genre. And mind you, his athletic ability was better than everybody else's. People are scared, man. People are fucking scared, bro. They scared to die. They scared to say anything. You see what Elvis, listen, what do you think happened to Sam Cooke? Sam Cooke was getting ready to kill Elvis's records, and he got killed. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta dig deep into this. At the end of the day, not only music is big money, it's big influence. Leaders of countries, they all love an artist.
They all listen to everybody. What I'm saying to you is, when people do these things, is it authentic? Is it authentic? Is it because something in the same system? To say all this shit, you had to be feeling this way already. And if some things don't go the way they wanted to go, it sounds, to me, you was at the top of the motherfucking heap. You had the source, you're doing this or that, and you jeopardize a lot. It's a reverse effect for somebody that was in the same system, they're trying to be in the same system. And some shit don't happen the way they want to, maybe sales, support, whatever the fuck. At the end of the line, and then a tyrant just start having this whole realization. For me, I can't. I get what you're saying, but read this.
Tony, I understand what you're saying, but guess what? That's all right. And you know what? Sometimes you might come late, but as long as you come, if that's what if Game being upset for not fucking being on the Super Bowl show and watching Eminem take that bullshit nail like his corny ass fucking Colin Kaepernick dude, and I'll get into that in a minute, then that's all right. That's all right with me. I'm gonna take it. Because guess what? Better late than never. All right? Better late than never. Game has still major influence on here, and now him saying it makes other people. Let me tell you something. The first thing that people are thinking, well, shit, that's what Benzino was saying years ago. You know, I'm not stupid. You know, and I don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? And me and Game didn't always see eye to eye, but I'm a Game fan. I love his music. You know what I'm saying? Game put his work out in the streets of LA. I'm pleased that Game finally came out and said something. And I don't have no drawback because of the reasons why he said it. Because once you say it, that's it. It's in history now. That's it. He said it, and it's now part of history now. And at the end of the day, that's what I've been saying all these years. And you fucking right, I jumped on it. As soon as I seen it, I'm jumping right on it. This is my first room I've ever had. I've never started a room before. I'm always in other people's rooms, and people give me my flowers, and some people agree, and some people don't. Listen, let me tell you something. To this day, there's 13, 12, 11, 10-year-old kids in my DMs on Twitter disrespecting me, calling me nigger, calling me this about this white man Eminem. Now, they wasn't even born when me and him was beefing. So that shows you how racism can get passed on. You see, you got to understand, Eminem is bigger than a rapper for these white people. And you see, Tony, and I say this, and I want everybody in this room to listen to this and pay attention. In 100, 200 years, we all going to be dead and gone. And history books live on. History continues. When they look back at this period of time and see black men wearing gold chains and having all this money, they're going to look at this period of time as, man, these young black guys were getting it. Oh, why is the reason? Oh, hip hop. Oh, well, who was the number one guy in hip hop? And Eminem's face is going to come in. The number one. So that's going to wipe out any credibility any black person had in hip hop to white people. Do we want that? Do we want history to show that? The one fucking thing that we had to fucking be proud of, that we started and we championed. Do we want the history books to write that the number one guy of the number one seller of that is a white man? Do we all appreciate that?
Right. Let me always be the voice of rejection for a minute, because I'm with you. That's why I'm up here. But let me say this thing.
No, I appreciate you.
What about we always, without us not knowing the business, why do we sell it? Why do we sell everything that we get our hands on? Is it because of lack of knowledge? Is it because of money? Why do we sell everything that we create? So you're saying hip hop, okay? You know, this business is already corrupt when we got in it. Right? And this was hip hop was just a genre of something.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that, Tony.
Well, come on, Ray. Come on. Now, you know this shit was crazy.
No. Back when Spoonie G, back when Grandmaster Flash came.
I'm not talking about hip hop, Ray. You talking about hip hop. I'm not talking about. I'm saying the entertainment business, the music business.
Okay.
Yeah. Grandmaster Flash, it was raw and uncut, and it was for us, and it was in the streets, and we used that as leverage to get the fuck out the street. Everything you said was correct. But I'm talking about once the powers that be, anything today, the businessmen, the straight business, and there's nothing emotional about business. And the entertainment business as a whole, not just music, was already had the influence of corruption and everything that you want to know before they included hip hop was included in this shit. It wasn't created in this shit. It was included. So you got the entertainment, the movie business, jazz was crazy. Everything that you're saying turned out to be as such. The king of rock and roll, the da 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 da. It's the same thing. And I'm not mistaken. If I'm quote me if I'm wrong. It's the same thing that happened with rock and roll. It's the same thing that happened with jazz.
I mean, that's what I was about to say too. Is like, if you look at it as a genre, that this genre was created for a specific type of race, then you know the pop world would be so pissed right now to know that Michael Jackson, who is a black man, is the number one pop artist of all time, and not
Red. Our people, you know, in my family, Jamaica, my people, it wasn't the same way that people felt about on a low end with Sean Paul, on the low end with
not necessarily Sean and Shaggy, but more like the white reggae groups now that are doing tours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more from that angle where, you know, And I don't think it's blamed on the industry. It's more blamed on the followers that should be buying the music, and we get upset when, you know, the followers of the white reggae, they do buy their music. So it's kind of a messed up situation. Who do you blame for that?
So Ray, I'm not saying you're saying nothing wrong. What I'm saying is, it's everything, fam. It's everything. You're gonna think of it on a wide scale.
But I know, but Tony, look, T-Nail.
Mm-hmm.
You know, again, nothing that you can talk about would have more importance to the Black community than what hip hop did, and that's why it hits so hard. Meaning, we actually controlled and owned and ran it. Okay, we actually controlled the pulse of it, because you got to understand, you know, street guys are the lowest guys on the totem pole. You know, okay, if you're a Black man and you go and you go to college, well, you done went up the totem pole a little bit more. But the street guy who sells drugs, he's looked upon as the scum of the earth. Okay, finally, the scum of the earth made something that is the number one influence to this day in the fucking world. To this day, okay? And at the end of the day, we gave it away. We let them have it. Now those questions you asked, that should be the question. Why did we give it away? You know, you would think right now that a fucking Black man never picked up a guitar in his life. Look at there's skilled people running. And though somebody ping back in Kid Capri, because, you know, Kid Capri did what most do. They get around the subject and they run. They don't want to deal with it because they've been paid by white men so much that they can't stick up for Black people. You see, I didn't give a fuck, bro. I lost millions of dollars because I stuck up for Black people and stuck up for the culture, okay? Because at the end of the day, I can go back to the streets and make more money. I'm a hustler, so I didn't give a fuck. I didn't know it was going to be to the extent of what it was, and I surely didn't know that damn near 100% of the industry would turn their backs on me. But Lord knows I wasn't scared, and Lord knows I sacrificed. And I don't look for a pat on the back. I could care fucking less, bro. At the end of the day, we all got to go in that box, okay? And what you're going to be remembered for is going to be your legacy. We're going to be dead a lot longer than we're alive. Okay, so this is what people don't understand. This life here is just preseason. This is just the test. Okay, to see what you're gonna be remembered for. All right, you know, and I want to be remembered for I sacrificed for my people, because that's what I did. And anybody can say what the fuck they want to say. He's a hater. I didn't try to fucking out rap Eminem. First of all, Eminem's rap isn't my rap. You know, not just Eminem rapping like that, but any Black guy, that wasn't my type of rap. I like street rap, NWA, Ghetto Boy, Scarface, you know, Jay-Z, Nas. They rap about what the fuck I go through in the streets. I don't care about if you rhyme masturbator with elevator. I don't care about that type of rap. I'm not disrespecting it. I'm not downing it. But me personally, that's not my type of rap. So I wouldn't be an Eminem fan anyways, okay? But the bottom line was he was used as a tool and as a pawn to keep white people away from. Listen, you got to understand, when little Johnny and Susie had all those Black kids fucking posters on their wall, that had to stop. The government, the powers that be, had to step in and say the influence is way too much. These Black kids' influence on our white kids is getting out of control. If these are going to be the next leaders, then we can't have this. So we got to give them a white face. Notice how the same thing with Jesus, all right? Jesus, back in the day, you know, the young kids are coming in, they're saying, man, mom, dad, look at this Jesus. The mom and dad is like, man, Caesar will kill us all. Don't come in here with that Jesus shit where you get us all killed. Usually, what does that do? That makes the young kids go out and listen to him more. So once the powers that be figured that they can't stop people listening to Jesus, the only thing they said was, we're gonna make him the image of what we want now. So now we're gonna give him white, blonde hair, blue eyes. So fuck whatever he says. That doesn't even matter anymore. What matters is that he worships who we want you to worship, who we want you to think that you're worshiping. It doesn't even, they don't even give a fuck about the words anymore. Because, see, look at Eminem's words, kill your mother, draw this, that, and the third. All the shit that black people don't do. We're not into none of that shit that he says. And again, so what, he can rhyme words. That's not what rap was about us. It was about talking about what was in our fucking communities. All right? Explaining it, painting the picture. Okay? All right? We were all artists and painters. It's not, so what? You can, we don't give a fuck about that. And if you give a fuck about that, then that's fine. I'm not taking that away from you, but the influence got so big where they had to give them a white face. They didn't want little Johnny and Susie worshiping black faces. And that's what people got to understand. People need to get their heads out their asses. Okay? Stop going for anything. Women too. Women who just go for the first blue-eyed blonde hair. Oh my God, he's just, man, stop it. You got enough of your black brothers to fucking give him the props. Listen, Eminem would be Cannabis if he was black. Cannabis was dope as fuck in the same type of rap. I never listened to Cannabis, but I mean, shit, okay. He can rhyme words, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't my type of rapper. LL Cool J was more my type of rapper, all right? LL and Cool J and Cannabis went at it, okay, big deal. Nobody really gave a fuck. It's Eminem that they had to get across. They had to give white people somebody of their own because white people was coming over to black people in droves. And people don't fucking understand it. Hip-hop is bigger than music, bigger than religion. It's the #1 fucking influence on any kid in the world. And it's been that. And they had to control it. If they control it with a white face, then they're happy with it. And that's what happened. And anybody who wants to argue that are fucking blind. They're blind, they're naive, and they're gullible. And believe me, you know, for a while, you know, I left this shit alone. But I get tired of white people continuously coming at me. Racist motherfuckers. I could show you DMs and, I mean, disrespectful shit from nigger to all. And then when we found out that he made the Rap Racist Hour, to this day, he made a whole song disrespecting black women, and black women still praise this motherfucker. Like, what is it about black people that we just don't get it? Let's all ask each other that. Tony, I'm gonna ask you that. What is it about black people that a man can make a whole song calling black women whores, bitches, prostitutes, and even saying white women are better, and they still praise them?
I don't know if that's the case with all black women.
Not all, but a lot.
That's the opposite of what we're talking about. But I don't think that's I think that right there is a whole other room, right? Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You right about that shit, but that might be a whole other room outside of what we're talking about right now.
Well, let me ask the black women. Let me ask the black women in the audience, if y'all want to come up, raise your hand, and I need y'all to answer this. Maybe y'all didn't know, but there's a song on YouTube, and you can go to YouTube right now, called Foolish Pride, where Eminem, where the Source magazine, when I was working for the Source magazine, 3 white guys came in Dave Mays, my partner's office, and had a cassette deck, and said that before Eminem got with the whole Detroit thing, and before he got with Dre, they used to make something called the Rap Racist Hour, where they would call black people porch monkeys, spooks. And then he made a whole song called Foolish Pride, where he's disrespecting, he's calling black women bitches, whores, and saying on the tape that white women are better. Now, I'm going to ask the black woman on stage, and I'm going to ask the black woman in the audience, okay, what is your take on a white man that makes a song like that?
What's it called? Foolish Pride?
It's called Foolish Pride. Pull it up right now. It's on YouTube. We're the ones that exposed it years ago. You know what I'm saying? They sued us. Interscope sued us because they didn't want us to put it out. We ended up putting out the cassette, and they ended up suing us. Okay? All right? What I'm asking black women, does that bother y'all?
Hey, yo, but Benzino, just a question, bro.
Not really.
Okay.
Bro, hold on.
When black niggas say it. That's
okay.
Hold on, bro. I'm gonna ask the sister, why wouldn't that bother you?
Hi, Benzino.
How you doing?
To me, I just feel like rap in general is misogynistic and sexist towards women in general, regardless of the color. So I feel like with Eminem doing that, it was right on brand. Probably the culture that he experienced with being in the industry, and probably, I don't know if is he from like a trailer park or something or wherever?
Yes, right. Yes, he's from a trailer park.
Okay, yes. I think that sometimes with these rappers, they adapt to the culture, especially like guys like him. Does it bother me? Not really, because I feel like it's just own brand with hip hop. I listen to hip hop, but I'm very selective these days with it because it's just so misogynistic and sexist. So I think he's on brand with.
So let me ask you, sister. Let me ask you a question then. All right. So okay, fair enough. But him saying that white women are better and black women are hoes and bitches and in the same sentence, because please go listen to the song. It's called Foolish Pride, Eminem. So
they got the lyrics, Benzino. So it's a lyric on here that says, so she was my girlfriend, we started going out, but that's okay because we were black and white. Blacks and whites sometimes mix, but black girls only want your money because they're dumb chicks.
Keep going, please.
Wow.
Please keep going.
Yeah, because I ain't never really just...
Yeah, well, please keep going. We got the time today, sister. Please keep going.
So I'm going to say this. Don't date a black girl. Take it as a diss if you want. But if you don't, I'm going to tell you like this. I surely won't. Never date a black girl because blacks only want your money. And that ain't shit funny. So I'm going to say, look, honey, while you do this, you know you step up like you a Brutus. Then you try to grab my spinach because it's green and that's cash. So get out of here because I don't need your ass. Black girls and white girls don't mix because black girls are dumb and white girls are good chicks.
Okay, so stop right there. Now,
but don't most of people...
Hold on, please, because it gets, wait a minute, it gets worse, but I just want to interject one thing. Okay, yes, black men uses the word bitches. Black men have said some horrible things and rap about women. Okay, but one thing black men have never done have said that white women are better. So keep on, sister.
They have though.
Wait, yes, they have, bro.
When I need y'all to tell me. Wait a minute, one mic. I need y'all to tell me the song of when somebody said that a white woman was better.
I'm not gonna say it's a song, but majority. If you look at the majority celebrities or whatever, they choose white women over black women.
No, mama. When have they said in a song? When have they said, one mic, when have they said in a song?
Ask your question.
When have they said, wait a minute, you can ask me a question when my question is answered. When has somebody, a black man, said in a song that white women are better than black women? Thank you.
I mean, we're gonna have to look through a million songs. My question is,
it ain't never happened.
Around men who kind of have that mentality too, like Dr. Dre? No shade, but he's a, like he.
Yeah, I understand. Nobody has never uttered those words.
But even if they don't say that words, they say stuff like, that bitch is brown, she look better red, and rapping like they tear down dark skinned women too. We're not gonna act like
okay, but when has a black? Wait a minute, sister.
Like, when said Latin women are better.
Who said Latin women are better? Who said that?
They've said it in songs. Like, I can't pull out.
Okay, if you can't, then you cannot say that thing. If you can, I can go Google. Listen, one mic, please. One mic.
Go Google.
One mic. Well, then Google it while we're on here and find out. It hasn't been done.
So can I say this? Even though it hasn't maybe directly been said, it's definitely been implied.
Yeah.
No, we're not talking implied. We're talking said.
Not just implied, though. It's actions. That actions is better than words. You see a lot of African American dudes out here with white women, bro. That's better than words.
No, this ain't that room, bro. This ain't that room.
But it's implied.
We're not. Listen. Hold on. With all due respect,
you gonna have a hard time trying to get
T-Rose. Hold on.
I understand what he's saying.
Listen to shit.
I understand what he's saying. What I'm saying, bro, is action is better than words. A dude can say one thing, but if you actually see a black dude with a white woman, bro, that's actions. Bro. T-Rose.
Listen. One mic. Listen. I'm not here to listen. I love all races. I love all people because that's how God wants it to be. All right. Wait a minute, please. We are talking about a white man who said black women. Wait a minute, one mic. Everybody will get a chance to talk because this is great. I'm glad y'all are here. I'm glad we're talking about this. Thank you. But we can all get our points. I'm going to land my plane. We are talking about a particular song that was made by a white man who called us porch monkeys and spooks, okay, on record, and niggers, okay, and he said that black women are hoes and bitches and white women are better. Now, if you guys are going to sit here and make excuses for that and say, hey, there's black men with white women, that is not the same.
It's no excuse. It's no excuse.
That's not an excuse. That's the fact.
It's no excuse for it. However, it's almost accepted because guess what? None of the black men that are rappers will ever do. Y'all will never, ever disrespect their women. I dare y'all to make a song that call white women bitches and hoes. It will not be tolerated.
Tupac did it. I never trust a blue-eyed Caucasian bitch.
Thank you.
Let me finish.
No, he just said it.
All right. But see, it's just even in conversations like this, let me just land my plane. Black men don't make songs about white women. Y'all don't call them bitches and whores. And again, it's just a general statement because black men know better.
Never trust a blue-eyed Caucasian bitch. Nigga, you can't get no more blunt than that.
But even in rooms like this, I'm a black female talking and I keep being over talked by my.
No, but that's not the point though. You just made a statement and he just proved your statement to be wrong.
What you're trying to say, but we gotta learn how to communicate. I can't even if I'm talking, I can't listen.
Okay, mama, you talking. You land your plane, love. You land your plane.
So all right. And so again, and my thing is we hear black men say all the time, it's not okay for a white man to do it. However, it's accepted because black men do it all the time. So they just jumping on the bandwagon. It's okay to call black women bitches and hoes because black men call women bitches and hoes. You don't hear black men calling white women bitches.
Let her land. Let her land.
Alice, I want you to stay there.
Let her land. Let her land. Let her land.
Ray, listen. Alice, I want you to stay right there. I do want you to stay right there. When I finish saying what I'm saying, I want you to finish landing. But right now, you said that there was never a song made by a black man talking about white women. And
so I'm not going to say never. So
hold on, stop. I'm letting you go back in. You said it though.
Yeah, listen, because I'm saying for the general synopsis, majority of the time, if you go percentage, it's way more percentage of songs and rap songs, generic. If you look on any black song, drill music, it's disrespecting. It's killing another black person that looks like you. Yeah, it's probably songs out there if we dig in a haystack and find them, technically.
Nah, you don't have to dig in a haystack.
The majority of mainstream media is disrespecting black women. It's telling another black boy to kill your black friend, ride on the op, shoot him in the head. They not
now you going all over the place with it. Now you going all over the place with it, mama.
It is what it is.
You just got finished. Wait a minute. You just got finished saying there wasn't no black man that dissed white women, and we just found one. And then
it's a needle in a haystack. That's the point.
No, actually it's not. No, actually it's not.
You diverting from what you originally stated, though. That's what you're doing, though. You diverting from what you originally
stated.
Okay,
you can point out all the technicalities again.
You see, black women. That's what happens when you found out that you're wrong. Then you start talking technicalities.
It's not a matter of right or wrong, and I think that's the problem. It's a thing of people are allowed to have their opinion, and I think we need to learn how to communicate. It's not.
But your opinion was just found out to be wrong.
No, it's the fact that when a white man says it to black women, which is the white man's mistress, always have been, they gonna sit back and defend it. They gonna make every excuse they can, and they gonna deflect the question back to black people. Period.
Yep. And that's what's happening right now. Bro was talking about something that Eminem did, and now we diverting this on how bad black men is and shit like that. That shit crazy.
But it always happens.
I feel like if he's comfortable doing this, who allowed him to be comfortable enough to even disrespect black women? Who told him it was okay to do? He was never checked for it by black
Y'all
men.
never checked.
I checked them. Benzino checked them.
Benzino did check them.
Yeah,
Benzino checked them.
And I think
Benzino checked them in front of the whole just world. like y'all doing now.
But you gotta understand, Ray, you gotta understand the demographic of people that you're talking to right now. It's not, that was 13, 14 years ago. These people in the room that's giving you this diversion from what we're talking about probably was about 10, nigga. 9. Nigga.
But
you gotta understand. It's gonna go. Listen, it's gonna go in a different. Listen to me. It's gonna go in a different direction if they can't answer what you're saying. It's gonna go to black men diss black women in records, black men do this, and it's gonna go there if you're talking to a room full of people that wasn't there.
We didn't have to be there. We're people with our own brain.
I challenge you.
Benzino checked him,
One mic. I challenge her to find a song that says black bitch instead of just bitch in general. When do we ever just be like, ride on black niggas instead of ride on niggas in general?
Listen.
We covering the whole thing. It's not just one person.
Let me be real clear, because before, and again, because I see the narrative trying to be spent, he asked a specific question about a specific time. I'm not trying to say it's all black man fault, so please don't spin that narrative. That's not what I'm saying now.
You said it, we did.
But I'm saying, and again, you can keep pointing out technicalities, Tony.
Nah, you said
it's not a technicality. That's what you said.
We just going back to what you said. We just going back to what you said, baby.
You're trying to turn the conversation into an argument.
Nah, it's not an argument. Is it an argument when you're wrong?
It's not about. I'm not trying to be right.
Okay.
I'm just.
Then what are you trying to point out? Then what's then, Mama? What is your point then?
The point is, you were asking about why a white man feels okay to openly disrespect black women and why we're okay with it. I don't think that we're okay with it. We're not okay with it when anybody does it. But I was answering your question as to why it's okay and it was allowed and why people probably don't say nothing. It's because that was the reason why. Again, it's not about being right
that's
or
not
wrong.
the reason why.
You all let it slide, Benzino. You spoke out and you were silenced, but other men did not join you when it came to the disrespect of black women. They stay silent as well.
That's what he's talking about.
So, that's what. In the day, yes, it falls on you all if you also call supposed to be the leaders. One guy can't just speak out by himself. Like I'm not like I only know like one Eminem song. I'm not like a big fan or anything like that. Like I can't even tell you like probably like 3 lyrics of his. But for the end of the day, if these men feel like comfortable disrespecting us, who's allowing it? Who's in the studio with them? Who's producing them?
But better yet, let's just go even further. What label, what person producing them is down with it? And listen, Dr. Dre is the greatest producer on my #1 list of all time, probably the most biggest influence of producer. And at the end of the day, I'm sure Dre just wants to make money. Not everybody is going to get into the politics. Not everybody is going to think, but actions are actions. And at the end of the day, listen, when I expose, look at Eminem's guys came up and exposed the tape. I didn't look for the tape, okay? His 3 white guys, whom 2 of them are dead now, okay? Two of them are dead. They came and exposed Eminem because they was upset because Eminem wasn't reaching back out to them, taking care of their pockets. I understand that. But so the fact was, he was exposed. And then when he was exposed, nobody gave a fuck. And I swear to God, it hurts my heart every time like a black woman supports this kid. It does. It does.
Hey, Ray, let me play the 2 sides of the nickel for real quick, because although it went in a different direction, Aaliyah was on point. That's why I told her to stay where she was at. They're environmental. You know how everybody was trying to vote for Trump and everybody said, I'd rather have the motherfucker say it in my face that they don't like me than the motherfucker that do it behind my back. You know, that shit they were saying. Well, environmentally speaking, if he had a problem with black women and he spoke out on it publicly, ain't that the same thing? Having a problem with black women and standing up for your own race and saying, don't date black women to the die. Ain't that kind of the same shit as when niggas call black women bitches and hoes?
Okay, Tony, let me answer that. Let me answer that. Listen, it's almost like, we have a culture, black culture. We communicate, all right, differently, all right? Where is that? The word bitch, women call each other bitch as a friend every day, every minute, every second. Mm-hmm. Hey, bitch. Hey, bitch. Hey, bitch. Hey, oh, no, bitch. Oh, bitch, you look good, bitch. Bitch. Okay? So don't get mad when black men use it. That's just our way of communication. It doesn't have the same connotations as when a white man uses it. Same thing with niggas. Hold on, Tony. Let me answer it. Let me land my plane, T. Let me land my plane. If I I say to you, what's up, my nigga? You ain't gonna think twice. You're gonna be like, what's up, Zeno? If a white boy comes and says, hey, nigga, you're gonna try to punch him in his face. It's the same thing.
Nah, Ray, listen. Environmentally, you know what this boy was raised at. Environmentally speaking, if I never dated a white woman before, me. And if I publicly say that, I'm wrong for saying that. Although I'm just telling you the truth. I haven't never been with a white woman, had sex with a white woman, never been with a white woman at all in my life. And I feel like I'm in a position in the industry where people will be like, oh damn, Tony ain't never fucked with no white woman before. But a person at that time in his career saying that, possibly trailer park-ish, saying only date white women, cause black women, I don't. That shit don't fuck with me. Hey Ray, that shit don't offend me. That shit don't offend me.
What I wanted to ask Benzino.
Hey Red, that shit don't offend me. A motherfucker reaching back and finding some old shit that a nigga said. Cause at this point right now, I'm saying I never been with a white woman. I'm not dating no white woman. What I'm saying to you, Ray, is
go ahead, Tom.
We're speaking to a generation of people that you, just like you said, man, it ain't even gotta take no 100 years from now. That shit is here right now, Ray. And I never said you was wrong, but I just don't want a motherfucker get mad because they record sales them and doing
Tony,
Benzino.
That's a deflection. That's a deflection.
Yeah, nah.
That's a deflection.
I don't want a nigga doing a nigga doing you. Yeah, I'm not saying
no. But listen, Tony. Look, I've dealt with that. I don't care about that. What I'm saying to you is this. Listen, this wasn't about record sales. We was making over $1 million a month in Source magazine. I didn't give a fuck if I sold one album. Okay. What I'm telling you is this. What I'm saying is this. We have to stop fucking praising white people for the shit that they throw back in our face. Do you think Jackie Robinson had the same fucking blowback? Do you think that the white women, when Jackie was going to them stadiums, white women was like, oh man, look at Jackie Robinson. Oh, he's a great man. They was like, get this fucking nigger off the field. All right, well, we got to stop being so goddamn, we have to stop making excuses for these motherfuckers, man.
They were. Hey, Prophet, do you understand where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I do.
I want to make sure that Red's my guy, but I want to make sure that...
It's almost like saying it's like, just like some white men wouldn't date a black girl, us black men don't want to date their women either. So...
A nigga put that on record. Don't offend me. If that's the way you feel about
Tony, he said way more than that.
But
Tony, he said way more than that, Tony.
Yeah, I gotta go hear that shit too.
Listen to the record.
Can somebody play the record? Can somebody who's sitting by a radio play the record for everybody to hear, please?
Yeah,
I just played the record and what I was saying.
Let me pull it up.
Hurt acting ass nigga. Nigga was butt hurt. Nigga acting butt hurt. Nigga said.
Can somebody play the song?
What was it called? Are you hearing me?
What's up?
Y'all not hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I hear it.
What was the name of the song again?
Foolish Pride. Foolish Pride.
Yo, hey, Tom.
Yo.
Yo. Hey,
the posse. Oh, foolish pride. Oh, foolish pride. Oh, foolish pride. Well, foolish pride has a lot of things to say. You got foolish pride, but you got tooth decay. But tooth decay is another problem. So let's take this foolish pride problem and solve it now. We're not talking and whites taking different sides. When blacks and whites take different sides, unity never happens and we will subside. We will subside and nature will release. And everything will just crush that peace. But when we crush that peace, you see, we start hating each other. But remember, you are my brother and you are my sister. Just like I'm a mister. I seen a black girlfriend and I kissed her. I placed it on her cheek. And she didn't come back till next week. Now it was next week, and she was back again, wanting to kiss a white kid. So she was my girlfriend. We started going out, but that's okay, because we were black and white. Blacks and whites sometimes mix, but black girls only want your money because of dumb chicks. So I'ma say like this: don't date a black girl, take it as a diss. If you want, but if you don't, I'ma tell you like this: I surely won't. Never date a black girl because blacks only want your money, and that shit ain't funny. So I'ma say, look, honey, why do you do this? You know, you step up to me like you a Brutus. Then you try to grab my spinach because it's green and that's cash. So get out of here, cause I don't need your ass. I said that before, but that's okay because like I said, you're a whore. Black girls and white girls just don't mix because black girls are dumb and white girls are good chicks. White girls are good. I like white girls. I like white girls all over the world. White girls are fine and they blow my mind, and that's why I'm here now telling you this rhyme. Because black girls, I really don't like, we don't mix. It's like riding a bike when you're pedaling hard, uphill both ways. You know it's kind of hard, and that's why I say to you, I'm giving you a little advice. Don't date a black girl. If you do it once, you won't do it twice. You won't ever do it again because I'll take your money, and that ain't funny. So I'ma say, look, honey, I've already said that before, but like I said again, you're nothing but a big whore. So when Mike gets on the bass line, that's okay, cause we will not just waste time. I'll get straight to the point. Black girls are bitches. That's why I'ma tell you better pull up your bridges, cause all that cash is making your ass drag from the boyfriend you gang. And that's pretty bad. I mean, that's pretty sad when you're dating the black guy and then you turn around and fuck another big black guy. Now that's pretty wrong, but you're just skanking. But that's okay because you need a goddamn spanking from me, the funky Eminem. I'm busting rhymes and I'm swallowing phlegm. I'm busting a freestyle just like this. I say swallowing phlegm and Howard gets pissed. But when Howard gets pissed, that's okay because he leaves and he doesn't show up for 2 more days. So I'll just worry about that problem when I come to it. I cross that bridge when I come to it. Because I forgot the chorus, but that's okay cause y'all saying bust a rhyme for us. So I'ma bust another rhyme about this black girl. She turned out to be a fucking whack girl, a whack girl.
Okay.
Wow.
Hey, now all the girls
How
are
old is that song?
Yo, it doesn't fucking matter.
Okay.
The fact that it was a freestyle means the shit was on the nigga's mind. The second thing is,
That's what I was saying, is context. It depends on how we wrote the record and the context of
he
what.
had it on his
Like he
mind.
got
That came out of his mind. The nigga had a freestyle and chose to rap about black girls for 3 fucking minutes. So now, this is the thing. This is the thing. Now, the facts are the facts. Okay? The nigga's white. He said some bullshit, but y'all gonna defend him because he said some bullshit. Maybe the fact that what he said was true, and y'all motherfuckers don't care because he a white man that said it.
Nobody defending
Yo, Fat
him, by the
Prophet,
way.
it's not the fact niggas defending them, bro. It's the fact that this shit's been talked about for over 15 years and niggas just don't care, bro.
No, how do we hold
It's
him
just to the point.
accountable? How do we hold him accountable?
I'm saying, but Fat Prophet, that's the truth, bro. Like, people just don't care about it, bro. Like, they just don't. Like, Bieber said the nigga word. Bieber said the nigga word, bro, and hip-hop was working with him.
I want you to reframe it and say you don't care about
it. A lot of people don't
Thank
care.
you.
A lot of people don't care, bro. It's been over 15 years. Bro.
No, we gotta say you don't care.
I'm gonna say
because
a lot of people don't care.
There's a whole generation of people that I'm sure that probably never heard it because they push it so far under the pile that maybe they should hear it. Maybe they should hear it.
People cared about it 15 years ago.
It doesn't matter how many.
Well, let's ask right now. Hold on. Let's ask.
I never heard that. That's some fucked up ass lyrics.
I never heard it.
Thank you. Tell Trolls that. Tell Trolls that.
Hey, girls, you can let lie.
Okay, but that's
wait. Didn't he apologize for this shit though?
Who did he apologize to? Is there any tape of him apologizing? Any videotape?
I remember when it came out originally. He apologized for this shit.
Where's the videotape?
Pull it up, my dog.
Where's it at?
And also, on top of that, think of it like this. People weren't talking about AIDS 15 years ago, but does it mean you stopped the awareness of it?
Thank you, Prophet.
Just saying.
No, that nigga out of pocket.
Yeah,
I ain't never hear that shit.
Well, let's see where this go after today.
It don't matter where it go. It don't matter where it go. It brings awareness, and the women and guys on here don't like it.
So how do we hold them accountable for that? Like, what's the next action steps? Like, how
each one teach one. Each one teach one.
So we just gonna put them on blast until everybody hear it. Like, so what do we want from it? Do we want an apology?
Conversations like this got to keep going, and shit like this got to go viral. You got to make them feel it.
It's not even.
You got to affect the culture. Conversations like this got to affect the culture.
It's bigger than him though. It's a real conversation in a real community that really needs to happen.
Yo, Benzino, he apologized. I just Googled Eminem apology.
Where at?
Look,
Read it. Play it.
Hold on, I'll tell you right.
PTR.
MTV picked it up. Fucking Billboard.
Play it. Play it.
Hey, Corey, just PTR, bro.
I'm sorry, but nobody heard of this.
Play the apology, bro.
Nobody heard of this.
Hold on, I'm about to PTR right now.
Play the apology, bro.
What year did that come out?
Play the apology, bro.
December 2003.
Play the apology.
Or he can just PTR.
He ain't never apologized, bro. I've been on this all my life. He never apologized.
All right, PTR.
I don't want to hear
fuck a PTR, bro. Play the apology.
Yo, it's in a song too. Like, hold on, I can't remember.
In a song? Get the fuck out of here with bro.
I'm gonna tell you what song. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you.
Bro, stop. Stop, bro. Stop, bro. Stop.
Was Nick Cannon allowed to do a song when he disrespected Jewish people?
Yeah, he ain't said it in the song.
Hey, listen, you know what kills me? You know what kills me? There's rooms every day about black men being held responsible for all kind of goofy, stupid shit. And now we got black men on here now saying, hey, nobody cares. Let's all forget about it. Y'all niggas is crazy, man.
I ain't say forget about it. I just said...
Come on, y'all. This your boy King Yo for Street Runners TV, man. Let's get them likes up, man. Come on, y'all. Hit them likes. Hit that like button for me. Hit them likes up, man. It ain't nothing to hit them likes, man, to hit that subscribe button. It's free. It costs you nothing, baby. Hit that like button for the kid, man. And hit that subscribe button. Let's get to it.
This 15 years ago, people just didn't care about it.
Nobody heard it.
I just said some people. You can't say nobody. You can't say you didn't hear it. A lot of people heard it.
I didn't hear it.
No, a lot of people ain't hear that shit.
Well, y'all was
Benzino.
You definitely apologize.
Benzino, you think Eminem and Jay-Z, like they're above the system, like they're part of the system, so they're not cancelable. You know what I mean? Like they're part of the club, so people ignore this. Not people, but the media ignores this.
If Jay-Z did some stupid shit, he'd be held accountable, bro. I don't care what it is. If a black man does some stupid shit, he's held accountable.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. But didn't Jay-Z have a video of slapping a woman or something like that? I saw on YouTube. Like they could pull that out and try to make it seem like
that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. But I never seen it. I never seen him slapping nobody. I seen him getting slapped on by Beyonce's sister. I never seen him slapping nobody.
Nah, he's talking about the backstage shit. When he mushed the
backstage,
girl.
right? Yeah, he smacked somebody, right?
I never seen that.
Something like that. It's been
I never seen that.
It's been a while since I've seen that.
But what's the problem? But what's the problem though? What's wrong?
I'm just saying, like Eminem has gotten so big where, like he's kind of ignored. You know, like he's above the cancellation. You know.
Well, that's only because us as a people, we're so fucking gullible. That's why. We're so quick to fucking cancel each other and shit on each other, but as soon as the white man do something, nobody says nothing. That's why.
Facts, because Bill Cosby is bigger than Eminem, and look what we did to him for something that happened 40 years ago.
Yeah, we turned them into jokes. And we talking about 40-year-old white women that they were saying, like, people coming from way back in the back. But every time, at us as people, we turn our situation into jokes that tidal wave people in a fucked up situation.
Man, it's easier. It's easy.
We don't.
Hey, bro, it's easy, man, to talk about us. It's never, like I said this before, Black people run with narrative, but hide from evidence.
All right, y'all ready for the name of the song? It's called Yellow Brick Road. That's the song he apologized on.
Bro, that's not gonna do it, bro. That ain't
You
gonna
said
do
you
it.
want the song. I told that's the song.
He asked, "Can you play the song, Corey?"
Yeah, play the song, please.
Hold on.
Play the song.
Eminem putting white women in trunks, so he don't like them either.
Don't he have mommy issues
That's
and
not white
stuff? Like,
privilege.
But wasn't Eminem born into trailer trash? Like, wasn't he born like? Or like,
I'm from Detroit. He was born in Missouri, okay? He was born in St. Paul, Missouri, one of the racist cities in America.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm
Justin Bieber born.
He wasn't born in Detroit. That's bullshit.
I'm from Detroit.
so he's not
That motherfucker is not respected here.
So he's not half black.
Damn.
Half black. Wait, what? Was Eminem talking about race? They be talking. I'm just asking.
Bro, I'm telling you, media. Hey, listen. Media
How old
was
are you,
Hitler's.
I'm trying to tell you, Ray, you're talking to a room. Talking to a room, people.
Media was Hitler's #1 weapon. So you can choose.
Who said the dumb shit about him being half black?
Bro,
I didn't say dumb shit. I asked if he
Bro,
was
she didn't know,
black.
and she didn't know,
One
and she didn't know.
microphone.
She didn't know, and she didn't know. She just didn't know.
I'm saying
That's cool. That's cool.
People don't understand how media was Hitler's #1 weapon. It was invented in Nazi Germany. This is what a person
They spent millions of dollars. He had a machine. They spent millions of dollars to assimilate him with black people. They spent millions of dollars to make it seem like he came from Detroit. Millions of dollars so that he could seem like he grew up around black people.
Yeah, and he wasn't born in Detroit, and he wasn't even raised in Detroit.
They did the same thing with Vanilla Ice, but he got caught.
Eminem wasn't born in Detroit, and
it wasn't the same thing with Vanilla Ice, bro.
They say the label brought
they
back
gave
some.
Vanilla Ice that fake story. You got to remember. You remember Vanilla Ice shit
He's
fucked
right.
up when they caught that nigga.
Vanilla Ice wasn't talking about no. Vanilla Ice wasn't talking about no race. That was
No, but Tony, listen.
That was
One
a
mic, Tony, you gotta understand. The powers that be been trying to find a white rapper to take white people away from black people for years, and they failed with Vanilla Ice, but they didn't fail with Eminem.
They actually didn't fail with Vanilla Ice. We're talking about a whole different scenario.
Drake actually sold us out, bro. Let's be honest.
Nah, listen,
bro,
come on, man.
Did it, bro.
Don't turn this into no. Come on, man. Come on, man. Because I don't need no nigga. I'm 54, man. I don't need no nigga telling me. Listen, Ray, the plan. I'm gonna give you the plan. They always have somebody for somebody. Cardi for Nicki. It's always somebody for somebody. This is big business, nigga. That shit was directed with Vanilla Ice straight at Hammer, man. Period.
Man, listen.
Period.
This is the 5 heartbeats.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about
the powers that be been trying to fucking find an Eminem for years. Once white kids started listening to black music, they needed to take them away.
We talking about your initial. Maybe you need to reset, bro, because we tell everybody what this came from.
Reset the room, Tony. Go ahead, reset it.
Yeah, go talk about what Gang said. Everybody need to go read what Gang was tweeting. This is where this came up.
Game is the biggest liar in the
That's not what I asked you, man. Go read. Goddamn, just go read what he was saying last night.
He was better than Eminem.
No, not that.
Nah, it's not
about how the
Don't
machine.
pick. Don't pick. Like this is what I just got you saying. Black people believe in narrative, but run from evidence, man. Just go read what the motherfucker was saying.
He was basically saying how the machine get behind somebody that they want the world to see, and not behind somebody that they don't. Basically,
that's what I'm saying.
That's the same shit I've been
That's
saying
where
for
this came
years.
from.
The
That's where this
machine.
came from. We all
Nobody used the word machine until I used it over 15 years ago.
Wait, so y'all think the game? Hold on, so y'all think the game will wake this shit up if niggas are still fucking with him? He just mad niggas not fucking with him.
We understand.
That's where I'm at.
Right, though.
Hey, T, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm sitting in between you and Ray right now. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, but it don't matter.
Still true.
It don't. As long as he said it, it doesn't matter. As long as he said it.
Just so that
Some people do things for selfish reasons. Some people do things for the culture. As long as the knowledge is put out there, that's all I worry about.
I mean, that shit gonna be like rock and roll, how Elvis Presley the king in hip hop, and you know, Eminem gonna be crowned the king in 20 years. And
Bro, he's crowned king right now, and he's king right now.
Yeah,
But
we
niggas
arguing
is saying
this shit. We are look, we arguing this shit right now.
The 5 heartbeats?
Look.
I know every black person
like he's not that talented.
Right
But
now.
look, this is
Man, let me tell y'all what
different.
happened, man. Let me break Ray. I did a show. Ray, I'm gonna tell you how right you are. Let me say how right you are about this 20 years, but that shit is now. That shit is happening right now. I did a show with me, Jermaine Dupri, Nelly, Big Tigger, Greg Street. Y'all remember that hip hop, the 21st century hip hop shit? And I said, a lot of these rap niggas stopped talking to me because I said that the number one rapper at that moment was Eminem, not Lil Wayne. And niggas really stopped talking to me from that show.
Yeah,
all your favorite rappers that came out.
Look, you was a part of whitewashing with the media when you putting messages like that out.
No, whitewashing. Nigga, it was a fact. Nigga, they was asking about who the rapper was. They put these different stigmas on us. They said it had to be social. At the time, social media was just coming. It had to be socially conscious. It was lyrics. They put these stipulations on us that we had to go by doing the thing. In that case, Bow Wow should have been in there, and that was an argument that we had. But never Nelly should have been in there. We had these arguments on the table. But when I said that Eminem at that moment was the biggest, bigger than Wayne, niggas stopped talking to me.
What year was that?
You was a lion. You was a lion.
I was like 2010. What was that shit, Ray? 2010 when I said that shit on BET.
About that.
How was that out of pocket?
It wasn't. Nah, nigga, it was out of pocket. It wasn't. It was out of pocket to niggas, though.
Man, that shit is,
All the biggest rappers say Eminem was that nigga.
Yeah, like y'all bugging, talking about E-Not. Like y'all bugging, bro.
But hold up, but listen, it gets better. Now, at the same time, it gets better. Let me give you a double narrative to that. Hold on, let me give you a double narrative because a lot of y'all went around for this shit. Double narrative is I was sitting with my dog on Miami Beach while he was going through this whole fight. The same time I made this fucking show, I'm sitting on South Beach at my nigga house, at his backyard, while he going through all this whole shit. Nobody fucking with him. Ray, am I lying?
Nope, you telling the truth.
Right? So here I am. I'm sitting on the crossroad like, yeah, but you know, Ray got something to say about this shit. But at the same time, if you giving me all these shits that I need to follow by rules when we came and sat at this table, I don't really have a choice but to tell the truth. And the way it was, they wanted me to say Wayne on some black shit, but it wasn't. It was Eminem.
Do you feel like that's why he got all that clout? Is because a lot of black men, especially, surrounding themselves in popular opinion? Because honestly, when I'm listening to you guys, I feel like, all right, but I think that's the downfall. Like, we're sitting here complaining about him, but it was the black men rallying behind him. And even
It's not a downfall. It's not a downfall. It's just that it was a downfall. Now, it was no downfall. It was still, it's not enough of us.
Listen to what I'm saying, though.
It's not enough of us. Ray, it's not enough of us.
Even with this song, even with this song that y'all played, you hear black men co-signing it, not black women. All of that. You hear black men co-signing the shit, making excuses for it, everything. T-Trolls. Oh, maybe it was this. Or maybe it wasn't that. And maybe if it wasn't this. That's ultimate disrespect. I'm sorry.
stop it, bro. I did not co-sign that, bro.
That's my first time hearing this damn record. This is my first time hearing the record myself.
I said the record been out for 15 years. I said people at this point just don't care about it.
But you're
No,
wrong.
because this is the first time people are hearing it.
No, it's not. No, because people heard it. I'm not.
I didn't hear it.
We never heard that shit.
Okay.
I ain't hear it. I ain't never hear that shit.
Just like Fat Prophet said, I can't say all people heard it. You can't say all people didn't hear it. So what I'm
White
saying,
people might have heard it.
No, listen. What I'm saying is, Benzino put this shit out 15 years ago. If nobody rallied behind them then,
Bro, half of these
nobody heard it though.
Half of these people have never even heard the Chronic 2000 album, bro.
Yeah, but 15 years ago, we didn't have Facebook, we didn't have Twitter, Instagram, so a lot of people.
I'm gonna say this. Ray never called, and listen, Troll T, listen. Ray never once called this nigga a whack rapper.
No, we have
never.
All he's saying is
He is the whack rapper.
Right? Hold on, let me finish. Because I knew somebody's gonna jump in on that. I'm saying this to you. The point you made, baby, it ain't enough black men. It wasn't enough of us to rally behind Eminem to make a point. Nah, that's not what happened. We're not a part of the main machine. The machine rallied behind him. Did we say he was dope? Yeah, all of us said this nigga was dope. But
Cannabis is too. But he ain't
But look at the caliber of men that was saying he was dope. I saw that round table.
Yo, the difference between cannabis and M is no machine.
That's it. That's it.
I seen that round table you talking about. I seen that thing on BT. It may not be millions of black men, but look at the caliber of black men that was sitting at that table co-signing that man. It's the big difference. Those people reach millions of people and look for their word. Now, if you have a Jermaine Dupri talking about, oh, he's the next one, or you for that matter, or any kind of industry insider that make or break careers, that's valuable.
Go back and listen to the rules. Go back and listen to the rules that they gave us. Because they said in the beginning of the show. When you watch that, go back and listen to what they said. And then you tell me.
What year was that? Round table.
2010.
Huh?
2010.
The round table?
Yeah, it was 2010. Wow. The show was called Hip Hop's Best of the new decade.
I remember
it was hip hop.
Yeah, boys.
Yeah, well, we lost sitting at a white table. It was my girl from the Vibe magazine. It was my boy from Hip Hop Week, Hip Hop, all hip hop. It was Vlad when he first started. It was Jermaine Dupri. It was myself. It was Big Tig at the top of the table. It was Greg Street and rest in peace. It was my boy DJ from Chicago. Because he was arguing about Kanye. So he was the only one that brought Kanye in the argument. But it was a very influential table. And if anybody get a chance to go back and watch this, I want y'all to go back and watch shit, but listen to the rules that they gave us in the beginning to sway the answers that were given. You understand what I'm saying to you? So it wasn't like niggas was dissing Wayne, niggas was dissing Ross, because at that time Ross was just getting hot. And if it was up to me, Ross would have been at the top of the list. But the rules that they gave us made it impossible.
So they led the witness, Tom.
Hey, say what you want to say, but I'm gonna tell you what it is. You know what I'm saying?
The witness, like they put the parameters.
Yeah, like the rules that they gave us as far as socially, nobody was like social this and social that 2009, 2010. So yeah, except for people that was led by what? The machine. So they gave us social. They gave us what's say something about change. Somebody that changed. You just got to read. I forgot what it said. The shit was fucking 17. 21 years. Wasn't that number? I'm not wrong. 17 years ago, 18 years, some shit. So you guys got to go read. Listen to what the shit said. No, 12 years ago. Yeah. 12 years ago. You just got to go listen to the rules that they gave us in the beginning, and then you'll understand what I'm saying about this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
time goes so fast. Hey, look, time is going so fast, y'all. They the way that they piling up music and making artists give all of this content, bro, it buries anything from the last 2 years.
Hell yeah.
You'll never find shit. Nigga, they basically are flooding the market with bullshit propaganda, all kind of shit. and y'all eating it up, the #1 market. They could create some shit right now, some straight bullshit, and put a price tag on it. Y'all little motherfuckers switch the price tag on what you believe is valuable and what's invaluable. Save yourself, nigga.
Who's y'all? Hey, with Fat Profit and Benzino saying, man.
No, I'm saying in general, when people be thinking that they getting a deal or something in life, they not getting no deal.
Oh, okay.
They valuing something that has no value. They switch the price tags. Nigga, you going in these stores, nigga, they got a $500 vacuum and they got a $100 vacuum. You could switch the tag on them vacuum, and guess what happens, nigga? You still bought a $500 vacuum for $100, and you thought the value was in the fucking $500 vacuum. It's a $100 vacuum, but you didn't give a fuck. Switch the tags on your ass.
Let me ask y'all a question. Okay, Colin Kaepernick. I'm gonna switch it. When Colin Kaepernick, all right. When Colin Kaepernick was in the Super Bowl, when he played in the Super Bowl, Colin Kaepernick was standing up with his hand over his heart. It wasn't only until Colin Kaepernick, all right, started, he wasn't getting played, and he was a little pissed off, and that's when he started kneeling to get his attention. He was like a little spoiled brat on his side. Now, because Colin Kaepernick starts kneeling, you got this light-skinned nigga with who puts his hair as an afro. Now he's on the cover of GQ with a black leather jacket, and he's the face of black, against police brutality. It's all bullshit. Because when you have real black men going against somebody, white America will not tolerate it. But when you have somebody like a Colin Kaepernick to do that, that's when they'll start saying a little bit. You see, the Eminem thing was real convenient. It was real convenient for, black women and black men to say, hey, man, Benzino, you're hating. You're just a hater. He's a good rapper. He's dope. They didn't dig into the they didn't really get introspective. They didn't really dig deep into it. We did our homework. Once his friends came up there with the racist tape, now mind you, okay, we got sued in a federal court. I had 3 meetings with Jimmy Iovine. The first meeting was, listen, why are you trying to save the world? Marshall, he's not like this. I said, Jimmy, we're going to put this tape out. We're going to put because the tape was almost an hour long. It was a cassette, okay? He's like, yeah, but the second meeting, he offered me a record deal on Interscope, and he offered the Source Magazine a record deal on Interscope, okay? I said, Jimmy, get me a sit down with Eminem. Let me get in a room with him. I said, people need to see him speak. They need to hear him talk. It'll be good for Black America because hip hop is for these black kids. It'll be good that white kids will see Eminem and say, hey, look, it's okay. Not just stick him with a group in Detroit because, what's one of our blackest cities, Detroit? So he's in Detroit.
That's where I'm from. But
hold on. So you got to understand, millions of dollars was pumped into this. Jimmy Iovine had to save their ass. That's when he made Yellow Brick Road. His publicist, he had to make some bullshit song and said he dated a woman when he was 16. Do y'all really think that Eminem at 16 years old was dating a black woman? Come,
what you saying make a lot of sense, man.
Come on, man. We got to stop going for the okie doke. At the end of the day, I want y'all to understand, I am not racist. As a black man, I cannot be racist. Okay? All right? It wasn't, okay? It cannot happen. Black people cannot be racist. It cannot happen. White people will say Benzino's just a racist. Look at him. Look at the way he acted towards that Asian cop. Look at, no. I acted that way towards that Asian cop because I'm sitting in front of my apartment complex, 11 in the morning on a beautiful afternoon where there's nothing but white people around, and this Asian cop happens to pull over and he's running my tags. Nobody else's. So yeah, I got a problem and I go ham when I feel like I'm being singled out. Okay, listen, the Eminem thing, the Eminem situation was a situation where me being from Boston, I seen where he was getting, this white kid he's being put on a pedestal and he's getting a machine behind him that nobody else can get behind him when they want it like that. And now all I'm saying, it doesn't matter why Game's doing it. Yeah, Game could be doing it for selfish reasons because he's not whatever it is. I'm happy he's doing it. You know why? Because he has influence. Whereas that they made everybody think that Benzino was just this bullshit rapper who lost the battle and is a hater. That's how they made it seem. So every time I get a chance to come on here and say my story, when the subjects open, it seems that Game opened it, I do. And here we are.
As you should. That shit ain't telling no lies, man.
Yeah,
that motherfucker
so wait, run it
there.
back real
Hey,
quick.
Detroit,
What did
he
he
said
say exactly? What did Game say exactly about him?
I'm going to read it. Hold on. Okay. This is what he said. And I'm proud of him. It finally came out. Thank God. Thank God. All right. It says right here. Okay, here we go. He says a lot. So, translation for those of you who don't know how major record companies do business. It's a machine. Now, mind you, I was the first to use that word back then. Designed to work for the artists who play nice in masses' house. I was too real, too unapologetically black, and cut the puppet strings early on in my career and decided to rebel. All this talk I see on the net saying Eminem is better than me because he sold more records is like saying McDonald's is better than Tam's Burgers. It's false! Exclamation points. They just put more money in McDonald's and promoted the shit out of the Happy Meals, dangling toys in kids' faces. A lot of y'all have no idea what goes on behind doors of these labels. I've been front and center and have kept quiet about a lot of shit, mainly because I didn't care about it enough to take time out of my life to open this can of worms. Major labels are known for buying albums and paying off everyone to boost sales of their artists they choose to shine the light on. If you ain't dancing to Mass's tune, you lose your budget and the machine is taken off your project and put to work on another artist who's willing to SD. Okay, hold on. Okay. Fuck how many records he sold, you sold, or I sold. That's just numbers on a paper and some little awards that ain't no bigger than my YMCA trophies. They only want you to believe in yourself to a certain extent. Soon as you start telling yourself you're better than their chosen one or challenge the machine, all this shit Benzino was saying, this is what I'm saying now. They start feeding the internet stats like I give a fuck how many records the next man sold. To successfully become a GOAT approved by both fans and industry, rap peers, execs, etc., you have to do exactly what they want you to do. Easy spoke out about it, he died. Tupac was vocal about everything, he died. Nipsey empowered the community, championed independence, he died. Although Game didn't mention me, he still mentioned these other guys. Okay. Game says, I'm tired of the lies and bullshit propaganda they throw out here for fans to gobble up. Conspiracy smear campaigns and blackballs niggas been bouncing. Okay? All right. So what do y'all feel about that?
Everything spoken was a fact. Only thing, Benzino, when you keep interjecting yourself in there, like you be fucking it up, bro. But everything you said was a fact, man.
Yeah, well, you know.
But why you said when he interjected himself?
Because he's saying, like, when he was just saying, he was quoting Game.
What
is him had to stop
that same stigma?
The reason I said my name, because you know why? Because 15 years ago when I was saying all this, nobody gave a fuck and everybody said I was a hater. That's
no, you can't say nobody gave a fuck. You gotta remember the person you was going against had the machine. So they made it look like nobody gave a fuck, bro.
Yeah,
a lot of people dug what you were saying.
Hey, Ray, you didn't
a lot of people dug it, but
none of this.
You was going against the biggest motherfuckers, bro.
You didn't have none of this that we got now. We didn't have, at that time, we might have had MySpace. But you didn't have none of the access and the shit, the way shit travels as fast as this shit is now. You had none of this, my nigga.
You would have seen the support if it was now.
Oh, yeah. You ain't.
Yeah. Hey, Ray, nigga, you didn't have none of this. Niggas tried to blame you and said that you was using the source wrong. Niggas tried to say that you was mad, just like we saying it might be an ulterior motive. The niggas tried to say you was mad because your career was fledgling. Like, all of this shit, you didn't have.
The industry was really mad because the nigga controlled.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, what I'm saying right now at this moment, Ray never had this platform ever while he was saying all the shit he was saying. Ever. None of this kind of shit. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Clubhouse. None of this shit that we got. It's the reason why false narratives travel so fast is because of what I said earlier, man. It's easy to believe the narrative, but people run like a motherfucker from fact.
Can I ask y'all one thing? Why doesn't this guy ever come out and just get on a mic and just talk? Why doesn't he talk to black people? Why, when Nipsey died, this guy didn't say anything? Why didn't he make a video? Why is this guy always nowhere around when it comes to black issues?
We know why. He's not one of us, bro. He's not one of us.
That's fact.
That's all it is. He's just
Which
a
guy
rapper.
are you talking about?
He's just a good ass rapper with a machine behind him. He's not one of us.
The crazy shit, y'all not keeping it a buck. The crazy shit is, you see Ric Flair.
So how do you take a kneel at the Super Bowl?
You see Ric Flair.
So how do you take a kneel at the Super Bowl?
For somebody like you to feel like he's one of us. That's why.
Yes,
He took the kneel at the Super Bowl just for somebody like you to feel like he one of us. That's why.
But y'all know superstars, they try to keep that mystique about them. Looking like Andre 3000, he don't ever come out. You won't even see this nigga nowhere.
He ain't making money off of music right now neither though. I'm still putting out music, but don't do shit for the culture. Drake fell back.
I ain't did shit for Detroit, yo. Our city advanced. We got all
trying to stay like this mystery person that you never see or hear from until they doing music. Because it keeps them, that's what keeps them, you know, that superstar status. Like, you don't see Beyonce nowhere. You don't see Jay-Z nowhere.
Yes, we do.
No, and that wasn't their whole persona. That wasn't his whole persona coming out. His whole persona coming out was, I'm a white boy that's crazy enough to be in the white community, but I live around black folks. So it's like, I hate my mom. I got all these white issues. I can still relate to y'all. I do drugs, but I'm black. Like that was his whole aura and image, and that's the way they pushed him.
Hey, but besides all that, y'all ain't keeping it a buck. Whoever said that the support would have been there just because it's social media and all that now, y'all ain't keeping it a buck. Benzino music has never been here, bro.
We ain't talking about music. We wasn't talking about his music, bro, when we said the support would have been there.
Can you repeat that? Sorry about that. Yeah, I came in and heard somebody talking about like the support would have been there and all this and that because it's social media now. Like niggas was never fucking with Benzino music out the gate.
That's cool.
No, hold on. Let me answer that. Listen, hold on, let me answer that. Hold on, y'all. One mic. Listen, at the time, Rock the Party was number 19 on the Billboard chart, the biggest record I've ever had. It made me tour the world. At the time, the biggest song I've ever had, and it was a hit. The biggest song I ever had, and I still went at the white boy. Still. And mad people fucked with Rock the Party.
I'll give you that, big bro, for sure. I'll give you that.
You see how we so quick to try to play one of our R's to co-sign and uplift the white boy? Like that's some real mean shit.
It ain't about no black or white. I'm just talking about the whole industry as a whole. And like, I'll give you that, big bro. That song.
But that's what we're talking about. They just played the record of Eminem playing black women.
It was that nigga Bliss. Where he at? Yeah, I finally shot that nigga.
But look. I put him, Ray.
That's some Sambo shit, though.
Yeah, that was some dumb shit.
No. I didn't take offense to that.
Listen, nah, fuck that, Ray. Listen. He missed the point.
It don't even matter.
He missed the point. He missed the point of the room. Hold on, Prop. He missed the point of the room. Apparently, he came in late, so I'm gonna give him that. But there's no fucking way in hell that anybody of any age of 40 is going to say anything that dumb, about nobody fuck with Ray music. That was a fucking lie. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying, man, is please, if you come up here, man, come up here with some education. Don't come up with no nonsense, bro. You're missing the whole point of the room, man.
But no, that's the perfect
little. And can we reset? Can we reset the room real fast for those who,
What's the topic? Go ahead, Aaliyah. Reset the room, Aaliyah.
All right. Cool. So pretty much what we talk about today is Benzino uncovering Unwrapped. It's an Eminem song where he blatantly disrespects Black women. When it was brought up previously by Benzino, it was kind of shooed away and, sheltered by the Black culture. So the question is, why are we allowing this? And why now Game is speaking up about it? And how do you guys feel about it that Eminem literally made a song saying Black women are better, just saying disgusting things about Black women? And why does it take, when one Black man tries to stand up for something that, is disrespectful for Black women, why are we not supporting him? So we just trying to get y'all thoughts and feelings. And it's not a fight between us, just one mic. And, let's just try to be respectful. We all here, we got time. So who wants to speak on the topic?
I feel like what was the name of the song, the Eminem song?
It's called Foolish. And it's called
Foolish Pride. Foolish Pride.
Can y'all
Foolish
finish?
Pride.
Somebody should
But y'all gotta keep that energy with everybody.
See, now, look, because I was born in 1990, right quick.
Like you
Look,
can't
real
pick
quick.
and choose who to hold accountable for things. Like,
I mean, we could when they not of our race, but look, so at the end of the day, like, I was born in 1990, so when Benzino name came out, anytime I heard Benzino coming up, it was nothing good. You know what I'm saying? Now, he had a single, you know what I'm saying? He had a single come out, and it was popping, but it wasn't like they promoted him like how I seen Nelly being promoted. Like, Nelly, every time I seen Nelly, it was damn Nelly, that nigga type of promotion. So anytime I heard Benzino, it was something negative attached to it.
Let me tell y'all what happened. That's a good point. Let me tell you what happened. I was signed to Elektra Records by one of the greatest Black women in our music history, Sylvia Rhone. When Sylvia gave me a deal, when Rock the Party was a hit, Mario Winans produced it. It was the biggest hit I ever had. It's all I ever wanted to do was make a hit. I got a huge album deal. What happened was it was my own fault. I put the Eminem diss on the album. Sylvia didn't know. Once the Eminem beef happened, they dropped me. Rock the Party did really well. The song with Lisa Ray did good, but the fact that Jimmy Iovine and David Geffen was, they was the head honchos. I got dropped immediately. And Sylvia, I never forget, I was in her office. She damn near was in tears. She was like, I can't believe you did this to yourself, and I can't believe you did this to me. She said, how could you do this? Why, and I sat there for the first time, and I really didn't have anything. I felt so bad because I respected her so much. I was on my I didn't give a fuck shit because, I still had the source, but I felt so bad because of what she said. And I had to really look at myself, but I still felt that, listen, I'm from Boston. When you look at a lot of racist videos from the times of civil rights, they're in black and white. When you look at Boston in the 70s in color, there was white neighborhoods trying to turn buses over because Black kids were being bused to their schools because their schools was better. Boston was a different type of city. I came up different, okay? That don't mean I hated white people.
Still racist.
I just seen the racism.
Wahlberg was a racist. What do you say?
So you got to understand where my headspace was.
A racist.
Listen. When you got to understand where my headspace was. I had the biggest record of my career. It actually was a hit that I was touring all over the world, and I still was fighting against Eminem, and it was because I couldn't stop at that time. I was already knee deep in it. I couldn't turn back. Once we found I was in Puerto Rico, and Dave called me and says, look, I got these white kids in my office, and they got this racist tape. I said, holy shit. Flew right back, okay? I met the kids in the office. They had been trying to sell the tape for over a year for $50,000. I bought the tape for $15,000, okay? All right? I thought this for sure would show everybody what I knew already, and it didn't. It still didn't. So, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Benzino, if I'm not mistaken, like music was like your part-time thing.
Nah, man. Music. I started out in the basement of my grandfather's basement at 11 years old in the Bronx, cutting on 2 Gemini turntables. I loved hip hop. When I met Dave in 1988, he started the Source magazine with 3 more of his guys, Ivy League guys. 1 was white and 2 was black. But though they was black, they still was kind of white. So, me and Dave's friendship, he was Jewish from DC. He loved hip hop. we forged a friendship. Eventually, I became his partner. The rest was history when it came to the source. But all I ever wanted to do was rap. All I ever wanted to do was DJ. I was into hip hop when it was the 5 Elements, where you was at a block party and 2 turntables, and you would cut 5 seconds of a drum pattern of a song that was a drum solo, and MCs who could rap would line up and rap. And if you didn't know how to rap, you wouldn't even touch the mic. Like, I come from hip hop. I love hip hop. All I ever wanted to do was rap. But when the Eminem thing came, I got too caught up in that. And that's how it happened.
So they looked at you like you was fucking their money up, basically.
Like I was fucking their money up, and then they used their millions of dollars to paint me as a hater. And it worked.
Did you ever question Dave's loyalty when you was going through that shit? Being that
Never, because he stood by me 100%, a white Jewish man. Listen, when we found the tape, this is the funniest thing right here. Crooked Eye was in our office, and once we found the tape, we went and did a huge press conference. I mean, everybody and their mother was at the press conference, and that also was on YouTube. Crooked Eye was sitting right over there on the side of us, okay? Right there. He was right there. Ain't that something? Okay. And we explained what the tape was, and everybody, we're talking CNN, we're talking news outlets, everybody was at that press conference. It did nothing because the machine poured millions into that, and they got him out of that. They said that he made the tape when he was 16. We went to the Maxell Corporation, who made the cassette, and found when the actual physical cassette was made, and it was made when he was 21. We knew they lied. Then they said it wasn't him on it. Then they sued us, and we won a landmark decision where Jimmy and them paid over $300,000 of our lawyer fees in a federal court. And the judge said, you can't put the whole tape out, but you could put 30 seconds of it. And then I took every porch monkey, spook, nigga, this, that, third, and then we shrunk wrapped the cassette in about 50,000 copies, and that we sent out. If you was lucky, you got one of the magazines. It was a magazine with Eminem on the cover. He had a black eye, and it was a shrink wrap of the Rap Racist Hour of him and his guys. I gave his guys $15,000. They went off into the sunset, and the rest was history.
Yeah, that's a hell of a story.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, but Jimmy Iovine pulled all his ads. We made a bad decision with Source.com, and then we lost the source. It wasn't because of Jimmy pulled his ads, because at that point we was getting Cadillac, McDonald's, but the fact that he had 60-70% of the music at that time, he had Mary, he had Dre, he had 50, he had M. So everybody was going to Interscope. So once he pulled his ads, and once they pumped that narrative that, Benzino was just trying to rap, he can't rap and everything, it worked. It worked. That's why
they put that narrative with a phony mics and all of that other
shit. That's why when Game came out with this, I was happy. And I hopped right on it. I hopped on my chance. This was my chance to show the world that I wasn't a hater. And I wasn't trying to out-rap. The kid can rap. The white boy can rap. The white boy is talented. I go on record saying that. Okay? It's not my type of rap, but he can rap. But at the end of the day, this was a bigger picture that nobody's seen. And the fact that Game has seen it now, for whatever reason, I'm happy about it.
Hey, Zeno, you know what? And I'm listening to you in the whole premise of this. It's just like the Kevin Hart comments, how the fucking awards held him responsible for this shit, for shit he said years ago, or tweeted years ago when Twitter first came out, is why we can't hold, I get it, why we can't hold Eminem responsible for this bullshit that he put out when he was 16, 15, or whatever the fuck how old he was. So I get that.
Well, he was 21 because, like I said, when they got the Maxell tape, and let's just say, for argument, he was 16. At 16 years old, everybody in here, if you're talking about niggers and shit, well, then that shit's been embedded in your mind. At 16, you can start to they said that he had a girlfriend and he was upset because she broke up with him, and that's why he made Foolish Pride. Bullshit.
Why they got him sitting in a Huey P. Newton chair and shit and all that on his cover?
Well, look, as soon as he get mad, he started talking about black women and all of this other weird shit.
I have another question, and Benzino, do you think that we will see something like Eminem again, like i.e. Jack
No
Harlow?
way. No way, because you know why? Because this generation is so acceptance of everything that I don't think no white rapper will make that mistake again. You know what I'm saying? I doubt that any white rapper who's trying to assimilate with us, okay, would make that mistake that Eminem made. They'll learn from it. But the bottom line is this generation, they're going to go for it all. They're not, listen, and no disrespect, but the powers that be got this generation. They got them.
See, no real nigga shit. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see a racist rapper, like one that come out and be like, yeah, nigga, I don't fuck with niggas that like a real racist.
I doubt that, bro. I doubt.
Where were he before?
KKK meetings. What do you mean where he gonna perform? All the KKK meetings. He gonna book them all.
See, what y'all don't realize is this, and y'all gotta understand this. This is where Eminem is very cunning. Okay. You got to understand that in this country, all of us black people kind of take for granted because we grew up in cities where we see white people. So we're assuming that every other city in America is like that. And there are states, whole states that have no black people there. White people just don't fuck with black people in all these states. So the first thing where white people didn't fuck with hip hop, they'll fuck with Eminem. Because of his color. That's it. The only reason they will fuck with hip hop is because of Eminem is white, and we have to understand that.
Facts. Like look at Kid Rock, for example. Like this motherfucker came out as a rapper, right? Now he be rocking Confederate flags, but he's from Detroit. He's like flagrant with the shit right now.
Yeah, that's true.
And he just said it. He wouldn't be your top 25. We gotta stop that shit.
And these motherfuckers y'all talking about, they claim in Detroit, but they wasn't raised in Detroit. These motherfuckers, Eminem was raised in Warren, Michigan, which at that time was mostly white. I mean, it's black and white now. And fucking Kid Rock wasn't raised in Detroit, you know what I'm saying? So these motherfuckers claiming Detroit, you know, they not Detroit. You know,
Detroit is an all black city. I'm from Detroit. We all black.
Right, we all black. So, like Zeno said, that motherfucker Eminem was born in what?
He was born in Missouri.
Missouri, yeah, St. Joseph, Missouri, or some shit.
St. Joseph, Missouri, one of the most racist parts in Missouri.
So yeah, he as he got older, he started claiming Detroit and all this bullshit. That nigga's not from Detroit. That nigga
But y'all gotta remember though, the nigga had Detroit niggas. You gotta remember he gave Detroit niggas a shot. So that's why the Detroit niggas fucked with him, because he did do the D12 side. He did fuck with Obi. He did fuck with Royce. Like, these are niggas from Detroit who gave him a step.
But y'all gotta understand, look, there was a point where Royce was going at Eminem hard,
real hard. Big facts. Big facts.
Who's in the room when you talking about that shit?
And look, listen, as from what I know, he got one of those D12 niggas with him, Denon right now with him, but the rest of them niggas, he don't fuck with them niggas, bro.
Yep. He don't fuck with Swift. Facts. He don't fuck with Bizarre. You know, he ain't fucking with the niggas.
They trophy niggas. You know, like,
exactly.
I got black.
And Proof got kids in Detroit.
Proof's mother died not even having a house. Proof's mother died and didn't even have a house.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I think it's a situation like Benzino said. If you look at just the demographics of the country, that's why Eminem has the numbers. And people like to use the numbers to justify him being, quote unquote, the greatest. But the reality is, I think a lot of black people that support him suffer from what they like the white Jesus effect. If you you see some black people dance on TikTok, they do a black dance, everybody's like shocking out, like, oh man, he can do the dance, you know, and they automatically get more attention than a black person that will be doing the exact same dance.
Yeah, and see, and I said that earlier. When Jackie Robinson tried to jump into baseball, white people didn't have it. As soon as a white man tries to get in a black genre, we accept him in open arms and think it's the greatest thing ever.
And then let me say this too, Zeno, and I don't have a dog in the fight, but I want to say this. I'm 43 years old. I'm from St. Louis. For anybody to think that Benzino was just a hater, let me just give y'all a picture here. My homeboy was playing for the Dolphins. I guess this was back in 2002, 2003. Well, they had the Source Awards in Miami. Okay, Benzino had a club called Zeno's. Okay, this is South Beach, Miami. This is back when the shit was popping. We talking about the who's who. You know what I'm saying? This was a person, and this ain't me kissing his ass or none of that shit. I don't need no favors. I'm just stating the facts. This brother basically, you had in his club, you got Jay Prince, Puffy, Roy Jones Jr. You the who's who of hip hop. You know, we talking about not just hip hop, man. It's all kinds of people in this man's club. You know, he wasn't just some rapper or just some anybody. I'm talking about you got some, let's say, people you might consider dangerous street cats that are in this environment, in this club, that are showing respect to this group of individuals. Now, Benzino lets me and my homeboys in the back door of his club, and all I try to do is hand him a CD. We talking about the back of the club is like an alley, you know. So I'm gonna land real quick, but I'm just saying, like, this is a solid dude. I didn't know this dude, and he let a bunch of basically niggas from St. Louis in the back door of his club. Where meanwhile around front, I think they might have been charging $200 or something to get into this club, man. So he's a solid dude that had some real pull. And like I said, I didn't really get a chance. Well, I thank you later. I came back.
No, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I saw you Dolo on South Beach, maybe like 6 months or a year later. Dolo, I think you was getting in a white Bentley, but by yourself. And I walked up on you again and thanked you. And you shot me your number and whatnot. But I would hate for anybody to confuse this man with just a rapper. And this ain't me kissing his ass. I don't need no favors. I don't.
See, I always see, and I appreciate that. But the thing with South Beach was at that time, you know, a lot of us wasn't even allowed in these clubs. I went and bought the club, lost a lot of money. I never profited from Zeno's. I just wanted a place where we was accepted on South Beach. I'm really responsible, and I don't like to pat myself on the back, but all that Memorial Weekend with black people on South Beach, that all came from me. You know, all those Source Awards that and that we brought down there, we made that beach over 50. We made that beach with $50 million. That beach is one of the most racist beaches in America. They wasn't fucking with black people back then.
And that was my whole point. That's my whole point. You know,
I want to jump in and second that, Zeno. This is Pascali. I've known Zeno since probably about 2004, and he's absolutely right. Because at the time I was working at the city of Miami, and him and Dave had to come to the city to get approvals for the Source Awards. And every single thing that he's saying on this stage is completely 1000% accurate. South Beach wasn't a place where we were accepted, and they brought hip hop to the beach. And what the gentleman was saying, I think his name was E, everything that he said is absolutely on point and accurate. One thing I can say about Zeno is that he's always looked out for the underdog, always helped like as if he can. And yeah, I just wanted to jump in and say that. Big up to you.
I appreciate that, Mama.
Yeah, because you led me in that club is how I actually met International Red with Rap A Lot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so it's a lot deeper than just, you know, this clubhouse conversation, man. But it's a lot of respect there. And that's why I say it's laughable when I hear people trolling you, whether it's, you know, on a video or online, man. You know, you all should do a little bit more, not you all as far as on this stage, but in general, people that would joke and play with certain people, man, it could really be devastating to you, man, because you really need to know, like I say, always know who you fucking with. You know what I'm saying? And you know, whether it's, you know, and whatever might have sparked you to be agitated, you know, don't be fooled because you see somebody on a you know, on a reality TV show. Yeah, he's in the entertainment business, man, but just me, somebody that grew up in certain environments, you recognize someone's ability. I don't want to say danger, that somebody can be dangerous, but that's just the reality of it. You need to know, you should know at all times who to fuck with, who not to fuck with. And again, you know, this ain't kissing no ass. That's just a general statement as far as how people should conduct themselves online and when having these discussions, you know. And I land.
I really appreciate that, man, because to be honest with you, I think that's the thing. I was the underdog, still am. So I always made room, I always made sure the underdog was treated as well as any celebrity, as well as anybody. I never believed in that word celebrity as, I believe us as Black people, we should throw that word out because we all come from nothing and we all come from somewhere that there's somebody over us with their foot on our fucking faces. Okay. So I've always felt that, when I got my chance to get in there and I finally, like I said, when homie came up and said that I ain't had no music, listen, I didn't take that offensive because that's what was fed. That's what he got fed. But I was so happy to finally get a fucking hit record with Rock the Party that, man, and, I could have, listen, if I would have shut the fuck up and never said nothing about Eminem, man, do you know how much life would have been better for me? Do you know how much more I would have had right now? I mean, at the end of the day, listen, I look in the mirror. I'm happy with what I see. I had a lot of money and I lost it. And I get it. But I gave it away. I helped people. You know what I'm saying? I gave the niggas who nobody wanted to fuck with opportunities. I'd go on tour and I just pick niggas up from different cities. Next thing you know, they're living in New York with an apartment and a job. Like, I don't brag about that, but it's like my hand has to get forced when I'm always looked upon and always shitted on. And, I'm just not that nigga that to be shitted on. Okay, I don't know what a troll is. I don't know what disrespect is on the internet. Okay, I'm from the street. And I was in a room last night. It was called United Something. I was so proud to listen to OGs who were really in gangs to sit there and say that they turned their lives around and they're not doing that no more. They're trying to stop these young kids. I was in that room for almost 2 hours. I didn't want to go on stage. I just listened. And it made me so fucking proud to hear Black men who, one of the statements they said, it's hard to get to these kids because these young kids got more money than the OGs. Man, I was so proud to be in that room, to listen, to just be a fly on the wall, to listen to these men who've been through hell, to actually say, look, they're not doing that no more. And these are men who are not to be fucked with at all, who are now using the internet to try to get these kids to stop killing each other. Because this is what it's about. This is what it's all about. I don't do well with trolls and I don't do well with disrespect. I had 1,000,003 followers on Instagram. It's gone because motherfuckers, a lot of them Eminem fans, yeah, fuck you, nigga, Eminem owns you. Yeah, fuck your daughter, fuck this, fuck that. I'll get on and be like, bitch, I'll come to your house and kill all you motherfuckers. Next thing you know, they'll fucking report me and I lost it. Now, I was getting a little bit of money from, advertising and everything, but I fucked up that opportunity with Instagram because me as a nigga growing up, I'm 56 years old. I don't know what trolling is. I don't know what disrespect to this day. If you go on my Twitter right now, because Twitter obviously lets a lot more out. If you go on my Twitter right now, it's I am Benzino. My last tweets are going at these crackers. Go look at it now. Way before I made this room. This is a daily fucking thing I have to fight. And a lot of these, and you know what kills me even more? When I see the people in the Middle East stick up for Eminem. Now here you got somebody who's Muslim in a town in the Middle East sticking up for somebody who's blonde hair and blue eyed, and I'm saying to myself, damn, this is what they wanted. This is what the powers that be wanted.
Hair, blue eyes, Benzino.
Man, it's crazy, but listen, I appreciate this room, and I appreciate all y'all.
Yeah, but those, them Arabs, man, they the OGs of fucking slavery and racism, bro. That ain't nothing special.
Yeah, but they Muslim, and I always thought Muslim was against that.
Fuck no, man. Them Arab Muslim racist as fuck, bro. And they sell alcohol in our neighborhoods, bro. They so Muslim.
Yeah, they don't care nothing about. They don't care nothing about the American.
All Muslims are not the same. I just want to put that out there. So there's different types of Muslims.
Benzino, I'm from the Middle East. I live in the Middle East, and I can tell you, like, people probably never heard of that Eminem record, except like people that really, really follow hip hop. So I don't know anyone like randomly I can ask and say, have you heard that record? 99% they're gonna say no, they never heard of it. So it never reached us. You know what I mean? Unless like,
yeah, but a lot of I hear you, bro. But a lot of the kids are young kids, and to me, what's more better propaganda than to use a white, blue-haired, blonde-eyed guy to be the #1 rapper for people over in the Middle East to say, yeah, we like him because he's number one, so we're going to get on him. What is better for their propaganda machine than that?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. But, you know, like America, whatever is hot in America is hot over here. So, you know, they just follow whatever the trend in America is.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, I agree.
See, Eminem. See,
yeah, these people telling you what the trend is.
You see, that's just it, though. It's you see, we're the ones who say what's hot and what's not. Okay, and listen. If y'all listen to Eminem's last 3, 4, 5 albums, that shit's horrible and hot garbage. And nobody on this stage is probably listening to it. My thing is, it's the hype of Eminem is way more prevalent than his actual music right now. And he's still selling platinum and people are still loving him. And he just went diamond and he will go down in history 100, 200 years from now as the number one man in hip hop. And black people won't even have a say so as far as this beautiful thing that hip hop and that we made called hip hop. We're just going to be discredited hundreds of years from now. Believe that.
Hey, Benzino, but they already
5 heartbeats, nigga. I keep saying it. It's the 5 heartbeats all over again, bro.
It's white people that's buying this music, though, man. That's you gotta realize, bro.
Yeah, the hood don't mess with it.
That's what makes him do those numbers, is that white crossover fan. And then we look at those numbers and really think he's so influential when this bigger than life figure. He ain't bigger than life in the hood. Maybe in the suburbs, but that's not what ain't nobody buying that shit. Nobody's staying here on the block, on the Ave, or at the gas station, wherever you guys hang out at. Nobody's rocking that shit unless he's featured with a black artist.
But look, it's
Please,
because we putting our cultural opinion on a global product. Like, we got to really sit back and look at what the fuck we talking about. Like, at the end of the day, it ain't no cultural opinions that they actually push correctly. Like, is there anything that we satisfied that they actually put in the machine and give results to?
Hey, can I say this though? I agree with the conversation. You know, I feel what Benzino coming from with this. But, you know, if you look at hip hop now, and to be honest, it's not black culture no more. So exactly, Eminem is considered the rap god. Let's just keep it real. Y'all may not feel he the rap god, but to the mainstream eyes and to popular culture, he is the rap god because of how much records he done broke, how much units he done sold, how much tours he done had and did. You gotta look, this dude, even way you don't like him or not, like I give him his credit.
So a white man is the rap god.
You know, I give him his credit.
That sounds crazy.
We gotta give him his credit for signing 50. But at the end of the day, when we look at it and when you hear a lot of these bloggers and a lot of these rap, you know,
Razzcast has always been better than Eminem. I'll say
I wouldn't call Eminem. I'm not saying he's not no god. But if you look at it,
nigga, they oppress. Listen, they oppress Razzcast shit. Do you know that blackballed Raz wouldn't let him say nothing because he was spitting that shit?
But
hold on.
You cut him.
Do you know that Dre was gonna sign Raz before Eminem?
That's a fact.
But Raz wasn't on that. Do you understand that he got albums? They just didn't want him. Why? He a dark-skinned nigga that talks shit with a big mouth. Same artist, different color. No, nigga.
No, Fat
Bro,
Prophet.
he ain't saying nothing wrong, Fat Prophet.
You my guy, but let me say this, right? But let's keep it all the way. Let's keep it a being though, man. If Dre didn't sign M, there wouldn't be no motherfucking Aftermath or no motherfucking 2001 album. Let's just keep it.
Hold on, why you say that?
All right, because that firm album flopped, bro.
What album?
Let's keep it real. That firm album flopped.
Nah,
but I will give the credit, like Benzino said, he is the Elvis Presley of hip hop. Let's keep it real.
M ain't saying
Eminem is
Aftermath,
Elvis Presley.
man. You gotta take that back.
M did say Aftermath. If you want to be technical, units wise.
Yeah, white people took rock from black people too, so yeah, that does make sense.
Eminem, if you really want to be technical, Eminem, listen, Eminem is not a blonde. Let's keep it real. He's not a blonde. He died. Eminem had to dye his hair blonde and dumb down his music. If you listen to his first album, Infinite, It's just like his first album where he signed with Aftermath.
God, he didn't say that.
He dumbed down his style. Dr. Dre and them made him dumb down his style. Jimmy Iovine, they soul act, man. Let's keep it all the way real. So
But
at the end of the day,
look, Gotti, what niggas not saying though, like, let's just keep it all the way a being. Niggas don't support niggas in this industry. Like, if it ain't the machine supporting that,
that's a fact.
Scared
I want
to
say that. Hold on, what era is that? That's false. I don't believe that, bro.
Hold on. One mic.
That's not true.
It's not about what we believe. The results, real quick. It's not about what we believe. The results is in our face. Like, so what you believe.
Can I tell y'all something?
Listen, what you believe and what we do.
Little man is playing.
Playing trash.
I'm about to say what we believe and what we actually doing. Like, actions is two different things. If niggas would have got a little bit of support in different situations, everything would have came out different. Not saying it would have been better. Not saying it would have been better, but niggas would have knew what support looked like in the industry and to not fold. Like, in every situation that you hear in the industry, everybody gotta fold to somebody. And it's like, that's the only thing that be gatekeeping. That's what keep the industry so fucked up. Like, so I think it's just that niggas can't stand on their own 10, and the niggas that stand on their own 10, Dame, Zeno, other niggas like that, they get pushed out the game.
Can I jump in?
Hold up, I was next, Daddy. Hold on. I'll pass to you.
I got you, though, but I'm gonna step in because some shit being said is not true. And at the end of the day, a lot of people in hip hop made money. A lot of black people made hip hop. A lot of black people made money in hip hop. Hip hop is still the number one genre in the fucking world. You don't need Eminem to be the number one genre in the world because a lot of black people continue to move the fucking culture, continue to move and diversify what they do and do shit different. So when you talking that shit about what hip hop is and what and Eminem, I don't give a fuck about who's number one. I care about how many black people keep getting paid. How many people? I worked at Interscope the whole time when Benzino went through the whole shit. I know what the fuck happened. I know the whole shit. I was a part of the shit. We was killers. Our whole fucking staff. We didn't give a fuck. But that shit has continued to happen. It's part of the fucking business. I don't give a fuck. You go to IBM, Apple, fucking Facebook. It's all. They don't care. They have the dominant. They have the most people in the world. But who moves the fucking culture? Who moves the world? Black people, like we always do. And we find ways to fucking make money. We find ways to navigate this bullshit. And we always find ways to change the fucking culture. So at the end of the day, all that Eminem, I worked all that shit, got it, fuck it. I don't really care about people's opinion, whatever. What matters is how many fucking black people have made money, has came from the hood. Benzino from the hood, I'm from the hood, Fat Prophet from the hood. And we've been able to take care of our family, our children off this motherfucking game. And when motherfuckers is telling you game, you gotta listen to game and take that and run with it. Fuck blaming motherfuckers. Take this shit and run with it because it's there. Because most of us wouldn't have made it out. We came up from the motherfucking crack era, dog. And crack era wasn't no motherfucking joke. One puff, nigga, you was part of it. Ain't no nigga, I don't know a nigga took a puff that ain't a crackhead. Oh, God. Ain't a fucking crackhead. So when y'all having these real conversations and talking this shit, y'all gotta realize, man, we've been able, regardless if I lost a lot of money not being a part of the system. That was cool, and I was able to bounce back. But that's the part of it, dog. Life happens, man, and y'all can't focus on the stupid shit. Let the white boy go over there and keep shining on hip hop. Because now I can take 10 of y'all on the stage and they can shine too. That's the whole beauty of it. I don't give a fuck who wants to be a part of hip hop. I care about how we can make the money for the black people in the fucking business that continue to make money.
But the problem with that is, it's a bigger picture than that. So when we die, when we look at as far as again, we got look at. We gotta look at when white folks and their kids are really accepting black people, then the powers that be step in and they don't want that. You see, we could even be more powerful and more people can eat. It's not everybody's eating. Not everybody's eating. You know, it could be more. Listen, wait a minute. It could be more people eating if we just stop getting so excited because a white boy comes in our fucking genre and he can rap. We got to stop getting excited every time a white person comes in our culture and does something that we do like it's so fucking great. Okay, he can rap. And that's cool. But by making him the number one and making him that, all that does is first of all, it keeps perpetuating this racist overtones. You know what I mean? Like I said, go over to my Instagram and see what the results of Eminem being number one. See what that is, and see how these white kids will just jump and just be disrespectful towards niggas.
They gonna jump anyway, yo. They jump anyway.
Hey, that's like with Jay Paul. Jay Paul knocking out niggas.
Jay Paul ain't knocking out the right niggas, bro.
Man in hip hop.
About this conversation. He ain't knocking out the right niggas.
They got Jay Paul out here knocking out black people, man.
One mic right quick, bro. Hey, Jeremy, with you being a white man in hip hop, what do you think about this conversation, about this topic?
Wow.
Oh yeah, you know we get
I watched
to
the
it.
video. I mean, let me honest, the video is super fucked up.
Man, Jeremy racist, man. Fuck
that, bro. Let him talk, bro.
Come on, y'all. Fuck that, yo. That nigga racist.
Let him land,
Let him land, bro. This is good. Let him talk. Let him talk.
Bro, let him talk, bro.
Y'all heard that shit?
Who's saying that?
Y'all heard that shit he said about black people, nigga?
Fat Prophet, you gotta let him land, bro. You gotta let him land, bro.
Come on, Fat. I got you,
bro. You gotta let him land, bro.
What did he say? Man, he racist. Fuck that, Fat Prophet. You doing the right thing.
What did he say?
We gotta let him win.
What did he say?
We ain't gotta let no fucking racist land. We ain't gotta let him land. You
That's Fat Prophet saying that. That don't make it all because Fat Prophet saying
well, make him explain that shit, nigga. Don't let him land. That's what you do. Make that nigga explain that shit. Yeah, make him explain that shit. Ain't no let him land. Fuck that. Ain't no landing nothing. That nigga said some fucked up shit, nigga. What he said though?
What's that?
What you say, Jeremy?
I have no idea.
You know what he said? You know what he said? What he say, Prophet? What he say? You know what you said, bro.
What did he say? You gotta explain what he said. What he said? He said something. Explain what he said.
What you said, Jeremy? This nigga done talk. He done call us them people. He done said black industry. Nigga, yeah, we lost the music industry because y'all didn't know how to treat it. Nigga insinuating black people, nigga. Oh yeah, get the fuck out of here, Jeremy.
Oh, that's that young.
Get the fuck out of here, Jeremy.
That's out, nigga. That cracked up.
Nigga, I forget nothing.
Well, tell me what was said.
He just told you what was said. Them insinuations, the them, y'all, all that shit is racist, bro.
What mic?
That's like little niggas. Get the fuck out of here.
This sounds a little.
Hey, Fat, you gotta fix your mic, bro. You gotta take that African headset off, bro. Like, you gotta fix your mic.
Hey,
man.
Jeremy, what did you say, Jeremy?
I have no idea what you're
Man, bullshit, nigga. I got records,
Jeremy,
nigga.
Pull the receipts up. Pull them receipts up.
Prophet, get the receipts.
Calm down, Prophet. We can't hear you, bro.
Pull it up.
Hold on.
Pull it up.
Yeah, why we
Hey, Jeremy, while he's pulling up, how do you feel about black people in hip hop right now?
They worth money.
Chill, yo.
Hey, Jeremy, are you still there?
He's on a phone call, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Zeno. Hey, yo, Zeno. Do you think
Didn't he just come off his mic? Didn't he just come off his mic?
Yeah, but look at you got the.
Hey, Jeremy, are you there, Jeremy?
PTR, look, y'all. Look
Hey,
at
you
the
on the phone
PTR.
call? You on the phone? Hey, Jeremy, are you there? You on the phone, Zeno?
Are we mad at somebody for what they did in '88? That's kind of crazy.
No, he was mad at Bill Cosby what he did in '73.
Look, real quick. Listen, real quick, because he got packed up like last. We've been running around. Listen, real quick.
Hey, listen, I just want to set it straight. I ain't no hater, no none of that. Nigga, I'm an advocate for independent artists being that. I'm at Patchwork Studios. I'm a great person for everybody. I don't deal with nobody in a certain way. But that motherfucker right there said some real disrespectful things about the independent artist and the way that he plans on running his shit. I don't give a fuck who you in bed with. All that's cool. I'm not that nigga, homie. Straight up. We ain't cool, none of that. You said some real fucked up things, bro.
And like I said, he been doing that shit for the last few months on the app. Like, he got packed up like last month because he came on the app with, I think it's Fireman. Told me I could bring Young Thug to the app.
I thought it was Young Thug. You came in the room with Young Thug.
He said, I could bring Young Thug to the app. Let's go into business together. He said when the man was supposed to be doing business with him, he started doing all types of funny insinuating, dominating shit. Like, yeah, you want to be rich, you want to be this, that, and the third, you want to do this, that, and the third, selling niggas dreams, and that's what he do. He walk around, sell niggas dreams, he a con artist.
And that undertone with the them, they, yo.
He's the fuck out. He's out of my room. Then get him the fuck out of here. He's out of here. He's gone. He's gone. There's no room for him. He's out of here. Get him the fuck out of here.
Yo, big salute for that.
Get him the fuck out of here.
Fuck that other. And FYI, if he was on the phone,
yeah, well, he's gone now. And he can't come back up. He can't come back in this room.
Salute.
He was co-signing him. He wasn't
even Latino. Yo, Benzino, what up, man?
What's up, brother?
Shit, ain't nothing, man. It's your boy Echo,
man. What's up, Echo? Love,
good,
bro.
Good. Yeah, you already know, Ben, you know what I mean?
Hey, listen, man. Let's push the culture, man. What can we do now to make sure that shit like Jeremy, the Eminem situation, how can we take control of our own shit? That's what I want.
We need to come up. We gotta be called out, like Fair Prophet did, bro. We gotta be called out.
We gotta stop killing
all the platforms we got, it can be called out and spread around.
We
gotta
stop rapping
smarter. We gotta rap smarter.
Man, listen, the OGs need to come out and take control. Like, what they fail to realize is the power that they hold. Like, all these niggas that came in the game and paved that shit before, they don't do nothing. As soon as they pave the way, they leave. They don't put no guidance and control. They no hip-hop union. None of the old niggas.
General statements out there, fam.
That's not general, bro. It's results.
We talk shit. That's bullshit.
Yo, that's it, man. Thank y'all for coming through. It's your boy King Yo, man. You already know what platform y'all on. Street Runners TV, man. Until the next time, definitely make sure y'all like this, man. Run them likes up for your boy, man. Definitely run these likes up, man. I appreciate everybody coming through, man, showing love. We got some more content about to drop. I'm actually in the editing process right now, so definitely salute, Larry. Definitely salute, brother. And definitely, Tina, salute, man. I definitely appreciate you. For sure. And everybody else that came through, man, definitely salute, man. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. Definitely, man. Stay dangerous out here. Till the next time, you heard? Salute. We out of here.